curious if there was something tactically different just to get that many looks without your main shot creators.
No, I think our guys just did a good job of finding the open guys. You know, Jarrett made some great passes out of some high pick and roll action. You know, Michael obviously was scoring. They had to kind of come get him. And he's got that ability when he spins in that lane, he still knows where everybody is and can find guys. So I think the guys just made some great extra passes. You know, we got a couple on the break. Courtney usually gets one or two of those. So I was glad to see us make a bunch of threes.
Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Baker gave you 11 points. What have you seen with Ron in the games that he's been playing so far?
Well, you know, we love the way he competes. He's strong. He's got long arms. He really understands the game well. So he's in good spots to get steals. He helps, you know, a lot of things that probably aren't shown in a box score. He does, and just being at the right spot. And you know, I think his injury from early in the season with his ankle is gone. And so this is you know, the Ron Baker you saw last year. And you know, when he gets out there with those guys, tonight we were able to put him on Paul George a little bit. We didn't know how it was going to go with the size difference, but Ron will fight these guys, and then he made the threes. He's worked on his shot hard all summer, and we're starting to see his abilities to shoot the ball as well as his defense.
Coach, Michael always talks about being ready when his number's called. What has he meant to this team this season, filling in, particularly like tonight for KP?
Yeah, Mike's been fantastic. You know, he's engaged in practice. You know, he talks with the guys. You know, he's a smart basketball player, a smart person anyway. You talk to him, you realize it. But he really understands the game, and you know, some of the stuff he does is just effortless. When he's driving to the basket, you think, okay, what's he going to do with it? And then he just kind of hangs there a little bit and shoots it. And, you know, he's one of these top scorers in this league now. You know, when he gets big minutes, when KP's out, opportunity to just kind of go, and we ask him, hey, just be a scorer. But tonight I thought he wasn't just a scorer. He was a defender. He rebounded, he blocked some shots, you know, and you know, he didn't just try to shoot it every time. You know, he made the passes when they were there. So he had a fantastic all-around game.
Kristaps, you were saying, was kind of testing things before the game. What led to him ultimately being ruled out?
Well, I think he just wasn't feeling exactly right on some of his moves. So, you know, after talking with the doctors, you know, we just felt that, you know, we'll keep him out. Again, you know, not having worry of making it worse. You know, he'll continue to get work on it. He felt better. He seemed like he was almost ready to go today. So hopefully he progresses in the next day and a half.
Did you get the sense that, you know, Monday, based on what he was tonight, could be a possibility?
Well, based on where he was pretty close, but the little things that were getting him when he was making certain moves, I don't know if that just disappears overnight. So we'll have to see.
I think that's the first time you won without him. After holding on when he left the game the other night, and it's, you know, emotional game tonight. You know, what does that kind of say where you guys are right now? Well,
you know, I think we also won a game where he went out when he sprained his ankle. I think we won that game too. So we only played 2 minutes. You know, what happens sometimes when a guy goes out, you know, all the rotations change. You know, guys' roles, excuse me, at least for a couple of the guys may be a little different. We might ask guys to do more. And then all of a sudden they're thrown into that. Well, now after a couple games, the guys are kind of comfortable if KP's not able to play. They kind of understand what they're supposed to do, so it makes it easier. So, you know, I think the guys just they're ready for tonight's game, and you know, we caught them after a triple overtime game, so that probably helped us too. But our guys played hard all night, which you know, probably wore them down.
Coach, tonight you guys were able to close out quarters really well. You were down for a little bit at the end of quarters. Seemed to be able to close them out strong. A lot of teams emphasize that. How important was that for you guys to get the win tonight?
Well, again, you know, we're going to have a big road stretch here coming up, so we need to make sure we win these home games. But I think our guys are kind of getting the idea. We're improving every day. It seems like you know, when we watch the tape, we're going, okay, that was pretty good. We're not having the multiple same mistakes. So, I think the guys are getting it, and they're feeling good about what we're doing, and they love each other. Jarrett said something yesterday at practice how this team really feels good about each other, and they're playing for each other, and that can lead to some success.
Coach, over here. Usually by the time you've played 25 to 30 games, you kind of know what a team is and who a team is. At a very sort of general level, has this team exceeded your expectations to this point heading into the season?
Well, I think as coaches and players, you always think you're going to win. But we knew we had a new group of guys and that we were trying to establish a certain way we play, a certain way we handle things. And, you don't know how long that's going to take. And, with the first 3 games of the season in exhibition season, they're still trying to figure it out, still trying to figure out plays, figuring out what we want. But now they've kind of fell into that groove of knowing what we're doing, what we expect from them, and they're performing. You got to give them all the credit. They work hard every day, and they're going after it and playing well.
Jeff, just with McDermott, I mean, do you just kind of expect this now, like each night? I mean, he does it every night now, it seems like.
Well, he can shoot the ball. He's again another smart player who can cut when need be. I think the biggest key that as we go on in the season is these guys understanding their teammates, understanding where they like the ball, understand when they're open. And I thought, Mike, that pass kind of exemplified the guys really understanding who their teammates are. Mike he was having a great game. He could have easily shot that 3. He made a couple early. Instead, he saw Doug over there, which, he's in his mind's going, hey, if I get that ball to Doug, it's automatic. He's wide open. And so he made the extra pass. So I think once these guys keep playing more and more together, they're going to understand where the advantage is for each guy, and that's going to make you better.